Welcome to the last part of a series of 4 blogs on letters of recommendation. In part 1 of the video series, we answered questions like what is a letter of recommendation, which programs need them and why, what is the ideal quantity, and similar other questions. In the part 2 of the series, online letters of recommendation were introduced and questions about them were answered. Part 3 was more about online recommendations and who is an ideal referee. You can revisit all 3 videos on our channel. What are the timelines for the recommendation? Ideally, the recommendations must be submitted before the application deadline. Some programs clearly state that the application will be treated and most likely be rejected as incomplete if the recommendations are not received before the deadline. Otherwise, latest within 2 weeks of the application deadline, because your application will not be taken into processing no matter how early you submitted it till the recommendations are received. In some cases, such as the recommendation emails sent from Arizona State University or University of Southern California, the recommendation link automatically expires within 7 days and must be resent after 7 days. In such cases, the email clearly states the expiry date of the link. What should a letter of recommendation look like? In the first paragraph, introduce the referee and his or her relationship with you in detail, around 100 to 150 words. In the body paragraphs, 2 to 4 paragraphs, talk about your abilities, observation of the referee on these abilities, examples if any, to support these judgments. The description should use technical language to explain your strengths or abilities. And in the conclusion, overall summary of the recommendation with a clear statement how strongly does the referee support your candidature. Though, this is just a generic version. You will find multiple samples online to give you some inputs on what is the text within. Can you change a referee? Yes, most applications will allow you to do that as long as the recommendation has not been submitted already. Just check in with the online application on how to do it. Else, send an email to the program. If the recommendation has already been submitted, you will have to contact the program directly to grant an exemption. You will find the email ID on the relevant program page or the admissions page. Will the recommendation status be updated immediately? If the recommendation was submitted through the online link, it is updated in real time. If it is sent through an email, it might take up to 7 business days to be updated. If it is sent through a hard copy, it takes up to 14 business days to match the recommendation with the application and update the status on the online portal. What happens if your recommendations are delayed? The application processing gets delayed. What more about the hard copy recommendation should I know? Recommendation letters printed on an official letterhead signed by the referee put into an envelope and the referee signs across the flap with or without the stamp of the organization. That is an official recommendation. Please get originals. Do not get color photocopies. Such sealed envelopes need not have the university's address unless the referee will send it directly to the program or the university. So that's it on this series of letters of recommendation. If you have more doubts, you can comment below and we are sure to get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you.